Yo, what's up? It's your girl, Pretty Riot, and I'm sitting pretty starting riots right here on iLLANOiZE Radio. And every single week, you come and you watch these great interviews, and you still ain't subscribed. What are you doing? Hit the subscribe button and turn the notification bell on too.
This is iLLANOiZE Radio with Biko, iLLANOiZE Jones, and Pretty Riot going down right now.
It's iLLANOiZE Radio, Chicago's most valuable radio show. I'm your host, Biko, alongside my good sister, Pretty Riot, my brother, iLLANOiZE Jones. Bow, bow. And as always, we bring you all the illest guests from around the city and globe. And today, we got the homie. The third is in the building.
It's good to be here.
Oh, wait, the second is here too, so we got to give it up for the second for bringing the third.
The second.
Oh, wait.
Shout out to the second.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I was chopping it up with your pops, and he was telling me he used to be a writer. Yeah. And he used to run around the city doing open mics. You know, he used to write poetry, and he used to take you with him, carrying you on the stage with him.
Yeah.
Do you remember those times?
Vaguely. I do remember being there. I remember incense everywhere. That's why I remember that. It was just incense everywhere. Just women in hair wraps and poetry. I remember that. I remember him.
What's your favorite incense smell?
I'm gonna be really real, and it's probably gonna be a huge turn off to whoever, but I don't enjoy incense for real. No.
Understandable.
And no. What about Erykah Badu?
I imagine no.
I don't want no. Never mind.
I never smelled that one. I would love to.
Yeah. That's why I asked the brother. You might have want. You just never know.
I'm sorry. I
would imagine a eucalyptus. Is there a eucalyptus incense?
I have no clue. I don't really like incense either.
It's just so. I think it's because I like got accustomed to it so early. It just become like a thing to me. Like
it's like eating something so much
you don't like it. Yeah, yes.
Yeah. But no, I do remember that. I remember him taking me. I remember being present. Crazy. I remember like even being on stage with him. I remember being on stage when he performed, and I remember just people being around, just like watching him do his thing and people reacting to his work. And I was like, that's really a big part of what made me want to get on stage. Becoming an artist.
So do you remember what was your favorite piece he used to do?
Oh, I love this piece so much that when I started writing, I just about stole like half the bar. Like here's a piece that starts with I got a hole in my lip and my soul pours out. And that joint right there
that's a prompt.
It's a bar. If I've heard one, it's probably, especially it's one of the first bars I've ever heard. Yeah, no, it was that's my favorite piece ever. I don't see him perform too much nowadays, but whenever he does, that's like one of the go-tos for sure. He went crazy in that one.
You're gonna have to bring him by the Silver Room one day.
Oh,
one Tuesday. Bring him by.
Certain.
What was it like growing up, like, and just having that experience on stage already? Because you're young, and you probably, as you growing up, you're not stage shy. You probably can talk in front of the classroom well. Like, is that what pushed you to be like, I gotta find something to do that's close to that?
So I think what first got me as a young person was like the reactions that him and his colleagues and friends would get. A lot of like the great writers in the city that are like older now, publishing books and all of that. Like he ran around with them and was like performing with them, and seeing the type of like effect they could have on a group of people in a room. And usually it's a small room too, which is I think why I like intimate shows better than like the big shows. But like when I saw that, I was like, oh, this is something you came up with by yourself. You came up on stage to say, and everybody's feeling it. And I like that a lot. I like to be able to like take something that I like learned or take something that I feel, and like communicate to people and have them like feel something and think something. And that's great to me. It's valuable.
What's something that your pops did on stage that you do?
Oh,
like father, like son.
You know?
I think there's a way that, and like I said, it's been a minute. There's a way that he kind of like he uses his body to fill a room. You're like 6'4", like 280. Like he has like a presence already before he even started. Most people don't even know he does any type of art when he walks in. He's like, who are you security for? You know what I mean? And so for him to come in and also like use his space, I think the way he just like uses his arms, and his connection to each person in the audience. I think that's where I get that from. I think the way I use my body to like perform is because I'm a mic stand performer. I like moving around with the mic, but the way I can move around the mic and a mic stand and perform is like, yeah, that's straight from.
So you don't mind a corded mic?
Corded mic is cool. I rock with that. I can move around. I'm not a like an active, you know what I'm saying, like mover. But when I have a mic stand, it's up.
I want to know, what was your I could do this too moment?
I got put onto Common really early. Common has an album called B, and on B there's
2005 is when it dropped.
Yeah, The Corners. The Corners is produced by Kanye, if I remember correctly. It has The Last Poets on it, and Common, the music video, if I remember correctly, is takes place like right under the 47th Green Line. Yeah, you know where Boxville is?
Yeah, I
right over there. Yeah. So it's like I seen it. I was like, yo, that looks so familiar. I know exactly where that's at. And he's rapping about like his community and where he grew up at, and like being able to like take all his experiences and put it into 3 minutes, and then like give it to people to conceive. You know what I'm saying? To receive, and then people who not even from here. You know what I'm saying? Whether they're not from that side of the city or they're not from the city at all, can like adopt an experience just through that 3 minutes. I was like, oh, that's fire. And I want to do that. That's what I want to do. Because I can rap about what's around me. That's easy.
Yeah, we peeped that earlier.
Yeah.
When you was talking about me and I didn't even know. Hey, we gonna actually tap into a quick break. Is your business struggling? Trying to get your followers up? No problem. You can advertise with us right now. Tap that link above. Now let's get back to the show.
Since we did just hear Harold's Day and we do have the third in the building with us, I would like to know the story behind that song. It's so Chicago and I love it.
I appreciate that. Well, man, so I had where did we start with this? Man, so this really started like a minute ago. So I have a friend that I would take. She was like back and forth in between like visiting Chicago and going back to school. And on the days I catch her, we would go out to eat. So it was one day she was in town. She's like, yo, I'm in town. I'm like, okay, let's grab something to eat. And it was late. It was late. I'm like, I haven't had Harold's in a little bit. And she's like, I know you haven't either because you ain't been here. Let's grab some Harold's. So we went and grabbed Harold's, and it was just a regular moment. Like it was, you know what I'm saying? It was like I hadn't had it in a long time. She hadn't in a long time. We were sharing a moment, and it was cool. And later I'm thinking about it. We were just homies at the time. So it was all straight. And I'm thinking about it. I'm like, this is having Harold's is a romantic situation. It is good. It's quiet, but it's really good. You know what I'm saying? And so like I was up late. Like probably a day or two after that. And I was supposed to be asleep because I had work in the morning. But it was like 2 or 3 in the morning. And I'm sitting at my computer in the office. I'm just like bobbing. I'm thinking about something. I'm just like, crazy. Say she wanted some wings. And I was like, oh, yeah. All right, what's this? Because you know what I'm saying? Everybody has ideas, but not every idea is good. Some of those you just got to let go. And so I'm like, I'm going to just go ahead and let it circulate. Just see if it's good or not. This went all the way up until like probably I'm walking into the building. I'm at school. My kid, you know what I'm saying? I'm in class working with the kids. Kids are finishing homework. They turn in assignments. And like they pass me stuff, ask me questions. And the whole time my head is like crazy. Say she.
Now do you pay the kids though? They go to attention.
Like, wait a minute, what's next? And my kids don't know I make music. So like that's the other thing too. They just kind of like seeing me work, and they're like, Mr. A, you talking to yourself? I'm like, yeah, something like that. I'm in here cooking actually. I got some devious for the internet. I'm like, okay. So look, I'm working, and like probably like that next day, like the morning after I had a studio session, later, and I was like, yeah, this is crazy. We're gonna work with this.
It do bring like just hearing you break down so many locations and then talk about the heroes on Wabash. They're actually not bad, man. Some people, some don't.
I feel like if it's one of them things that you got a visitor coming to see,
it's not a place you take them.
Right.
You don't take them.
You only eat that Harold's when you in the area
which one
and you
do
hungry.
you take them to?
I would take them to. At one point I would take them to the one on 87. There's another one there now. Have you seen it?
They just built it. The same owner rebuilt the home.
That's fire. What a comeback story. So I'm over there more than likely, or I would take them to the one we shot the video at was on It was on. I want to say it was in like it was on. It wasn't on Stony, but it was in that area, in that like South Shore ish like area. I want to say it was on like 67th or something like that. 67th and Stony. I want to say. I can't quite remember, but yeah. I would take them to that location. But if you're not at a location, and also any of the Ashland ones, they're like 4 all across the Ashland on the south side. So I would take you any one of those. If you're not there and you're not like having to step over something or look around to see what else is going on while you ordering,
More than likely.
Yeah.
If you ain't got the bulletproof glass windows, it's not
that part. My first time in the Wabash one, I was what was I doing? I was with Fem. It was like 2018, 2019. Me and Fem met up to go grab food. And that was my first time walking in. He was like, yo, meet me at the one on da-da-da-da. And I was like, okay, I didn't know there was a one over there, right? So I go downtown, I walk in, I saw a booth. I said, no.
Yeah, they do got booths.
It's too comfortable in here.
It's right across from Columbia, if I'm not mistaken. Right here.
Yeah, I said it's too comfortable.
They be having specials. Heroes don't have specials.
You feel
Heroes
They
don't
ain't no
have
glass to protect them. Like,
I'm not gonna say what I want to say.
No, say what you.
It's giving gentrified.
yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, like we said, if it ain't got that bulletproof glass,
It's right by State Street too. It's over there. It's
I know. I've been to that. I used to work at True Star.
There
We
you
used
go.
to go there when
There
it
you
was
go.
actually
Yeah,
halfway
yeah.
decent.
So
they've
you
been
know.
there for a while.
Yes.
Damn. do
Yes,
us.
right on
I know.
Wabash. Yeah. That's why I could tell you I could eat. But that's not what we talking about.
Hey.
Okay, so wait, I do want to ask a question based off something you just said. You said like everybody has ideas, but not all of them are good ideas. So I want to know, how do you know as an artist when you have a good enough idea to turn it into a song?
I think when you spend time with it, you spend time with every. And I was just literally, I had got a word from Day from Pivot Gang. He was like talking about not mirroring your ideas. Don't get so committed to it that by the time somebody comes cool and be like, oh, yeah, it's all right, then you get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Because you gonna have 1,000 after this one. You know what I mean? So but you give it some time, you spend time with it, you let it circulate. So that's what I was doing at work. I'm grading papers, I'm talking to my kids, and every minute that I wasn't speaking to a person, I was in my head like, okay, what else say she? And then I got the beat and I was okay, how's this bound? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, this is something I can record and put out and just see if it worked. And if it don't work when I'm listening back, it don't hit. If I leave an idea too quickly, it wasn't it. It wasn't it. Or if one day I like rock with it and then the next day I'm not rocking with it, that wasn't it either. Because you see, now that we put it out, it's been we in the like 3 months, we finna come up on a year, and I enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? So the stuff that's good don't have a time period, don't have an era. You know what I mean?
Do you feel like you overthink the good stuff?
For sure. If I can go to school for overthinking, I would have been had my doctorate.
The real
Already. All the degrees just lined up on the wall.
Valedictorian, salutatorian, magnum. What's it? Magnum cum laude,
all of that.
summa cum laude,
All of that.
ice cream cake, all of that shit.
And I do a lot. I overthink a lot of stuff, especially the projects, because I'm like, this is a piece of work. This is gonna be a stamp in my, and you know what I'm saying? This is gonna be something that people look back at and like judge me on. You know what I'm saying? So I'm 1,000+ people receiving this work. I gotta figure out, okay, is this good for people? And I realized, real back, this is good for me. And whoever like it is gonna like it. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what stops my overthinking. But everything before that is heinous.
Go ahead, John.
No, man.
Oh,
I'm good.
Well, before we tap into a break, you said something that spoke to me as well about how, like, we were talking about the ideas, and it goes right back to you being at work. You know, with you being at work, is that like your place where a lot of the ideas come to you in general?
A lot of my ideas come to me on the move in general. So like whenever I'm in motion, before I was driving, when I was on a bus, the things I would write on a 6 bus, insane. I love
that 6 bucks is
that was
lit.
my favorite part about riding a bus, riding a train. When I'm in motion, that's when I'm thinking the most. So if I can get a road trip in or something like that, and I'm in a passenger seat, I'm somewhere, I'm going crazy. But I think at work though is when I get ideas. That's when the ideas come. So like when I'm running, I guess that's what you just asked me, huh? Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, I get the inspiration from my kids, really. I come like it really helps itself. The music helps the class and the class helps the music.
Do your kids know you make music now?
No.
Still, damn, this man
I give
living
them
a double life.
I give them prompts, and it's fun at this point. I don't care if they know now, but like now it's just a thing. But like I give them prompts, and then the way they respond to the prompts, I be like, I didn't think to even respond like that.
That's beautiful.
I have a song called Freedom. That's on my last project. Color has a song called Freedom on it, and that's one of my prompts in the morning. I just asked them, hey, like, what does freedom mean to y'all? And they wrote things, and they're like, yo, being able to like have candy whenever I want to. And I'm like, I never thought about that. I'm thinking about getting these debts paid off. You know what I'm saying? Like financial freedom, and they just want to be able to have chips past 8. You know what I mean? And now I'm like, okay. When the last time you had chips past 8? Also, you know what I mean? And so now they were like, Mr. A, like, why you don't ever write with us? And I was like,
because I'm going to smoke y'all. No.
but on the real, I'm like, I don't. I sit there and I listen to y'all prompts, and then we move on with work. And so that was my first time writing a prompt with them, and then I end up going on a project.
How do you balance?
Go ahead. Well, I was gonna say let's get into this break.
Okay, after this.
Okay, cool. Well,
I think because it goes with the conversation.
Okay. Oh no, go ahead.
Okay. How do you balance being an educator and an artist?
I think when I'm an artist, I realize that I always have something new to learn. And then when I'm in the classroom, I realize that my artistry, which is how I even got the opportunity to start teaching, gave me the tools I need to teach. So I don't know everything, but I have just enough to where my 12 and 13-year-olds, my 11-year-olds and 10-year-olds know I have something to offer, and they can receive something and grow with that. So yeah, that keeps me in. It humbles me, and then also encourages me to be like an instrument. You know what I'm saying, in my community.
Works hand in hand.
I love that.
Man.
That's dope.
Shout out Raw Ruler, man. If you don't know who do our films, our photography, it's the man right behind the lens, and we calls him Raw. Y'all get in tune. It's Ruler Images on Instagram, or following Raw Ruler, and he gonna get you right. Whether you need video, whether you need photography, he's the one you call when you need to look good. All right.
I wasn't going to ask you a question about your ill style, but you know that's
they ain't even seen that.
They ain't even seen it yet.
Ask them. Fuck, they gon'
Talk to me.
because he just killed that.
So if y'all will soon hear in some weeks from now a ill style that was amazing.
The greatest.
You sat up in here and Biko say, "This beat 10 minutes," and you say, "Oh no, I'm not rapping that long."
And then proceed.
But you proceeded to rap that long. So I want to know how much of that was something you had planned coming in here, and how much of that was just the Matrix.
So I had some homies pick like beats that they feel like I would like go crazy on, and because they know me so well, they picked 3 of my favorite beats of the year. And so I heard the first one and I was like, oh yeah, it's gonna be great. I've been wanting to do this. It's crazy. Actually, the first 16, like the first I want to say 16 or the first I want to say 16 or a few more than that bars from the first part. Like the first 16 I spit was written for sure. Those things I just wanted to say, like those things I knew I wanted to say before I left the room. And that song dropped, 8 a.m. in Charlotte dropped. And then like an hour after that, hour or two after that, my manager hit me. Kayla hit me. She goes, "Hey, real question. I have the text in my phone." She says, "You think you better than Drake?" I said, "Huh?
Do you?"
I said, what made you ask this question?" And she sent me the link. I didn't know that the project dropped. So I go and listen to it and I go, oh, this is, yeah. I started writing right after that. So that first 16 was something I like had to say. And then when I heard the other beats, the aura just I let the spirit move a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we had fun.
You did.
Had a lot of fun.
So all that was just grabbing.
We was just, I was just like, oh, I got statements. I got things. I know that's how I always write. When I write, I have things I definitely want to say. Whatever happens, happens. But these are things I have to say.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you write in reverse too?
That was a freestyle actually.
So I'm working. So like that whole process, I guess it is in a sense backwards. Yeah, I never thought about it like that.
I write like that too though. Like, yeah. Wow, you just
Yeah,
mind
we
fucked
get
me
the
because I never
essentials
thought
down.
anybody could write like I thought I was crazy for writing like that.
Yeah, we get the essentials down and we fill in.
I start with my meat and my potatoes, and then I'm gonna work on the side.
There you go.
I said
That's
that
a
in a
bar.
poem. I
That's
said
a
that.
bar.
I said that in a poem before.
Yes.
It's literally
That's
called
a bar.
Food for Thought.
You know, sis got barred. Matter of fact, both of y'all poets.
Indeed, and he came by
Very
to my
talented.
open mic, and he gave us some bars, and I actually got to see him be a poet and not a rapper.
It was good time.
Yeah.
I haven't done that in a long time. So
Really?
thank you also. Yeah.
Well, you haven't
course.
done any spoken.
Okay, so I started off I've been writing poetry since I was 11 years old. I started making music probably around like 14. I started recording. Don't nobody pay me to do poems no more. Actually, my first poetry gig is going to be in like 2 days at this Black Summit, this Black Young Men Summit. And that's the first one in like 6 years.
What?
Yeah, that's the first time anybody like, yo, we're going to pay you to specifically do poetry. Everybody wants music now. And that's not a problem. But like, you know what I'm saying? I do miss being able to get up on stage and be like, you know?
I mean, even
me.
when you perform it, why not start off with a little poetry?
Facts. Yeah.
You thought about that?
I haven't, but I like that though.
Good.
I like that a lot.
Serenade.
Yeah. I'm with all that.
Serenade.
Serenade. I mean, so with your music you put out, because you say you've been, you know, lately it's just been, you've been focusing on music because that's what people really want.
Mm-hmm.
And are you ever expecting to do like a poetry, a spoken word album? Because I'm saying this because, you know, Jay Ivy done changed the game when it comes to Grammy and categories and things of that nature. There's literally a spoken word nomination. You know, you can get nominated for that now. So with that happening, would that encourage you to do a little more poetry on the music side and put it out?
I would definitely do that. I think that would definitely encourage me to write more poetry for sure. And then also the project I'm working on now has like little bits in between songs. So yeah. I'm like slowly working into that because I do like how he kind of like really changed the game.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, because I didn't before. I like who's looking for a poem right now, like right today. You know what I'm saying? But the way he kind of like made it, you know, what it is.
More
like made it
opportunity.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
Like literally, you could do a spoken word album now, and it can be nominated, and you can win a Grammy for your spoken word album. So you know, and you heavy in poetry, my brother. I mean, what for you to not be able to perform poetry in 6 years, and then you to check out Pretty Ride at the open mic poetry, like. How was that for you in general? Like just seeing poets come together and being able to just be in the building and see that, soak it in.
It felt really good. I was in a Black owned space. You know what I'm saying? Ran by Black folks, hosting an event that's hosted by a Black woman. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just super comfortable. It was intimate in there, and I heard some good writing. We collectively made some good writing, which is something that actually has been happening for a very long time. Like when you did it, I was like, yo, I haven't heard anybody do that. Like that's usually like some like real.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to talk about it because this is not my interview. but that's something that I think when talking with Kai, shout out to Kai Keeley, because he's a part of that helping me get to the Silver Room. But I think that's something that we wanted to do. Like, I didn't want it to just be an open mic. There are plenty of open mics. Like I wanted poetry and conversation because I think like as a poet, I know how much conversation inspires me. And so it got to a point where it was like, I do a lot of open mics on Twitter and stuff. So they'll give us prompts. So I'm like, well, how do I bring that? I don't want to just give them prompts. I want to hear what y'all writing to.
Also send me those.
Also, we'll do.
Yeah, that's fire.
We'll do. But it's like I want to hear from y'all. And it's like when we just started to see the type of pen we get, we're getting high schoolers that come in. It's like, I want to hear from us. So Kai brought up the idea of a community poem. And I'm like, okay, I like that. I'll create the prompts and we run with it. And I love how that's going so far. And you contributed to one too. Yeah. So yeah.
I wanted to know, like, what is there a different process for you when it comes to writing poetry and writing a rap?
For sure. I think with poetry, I'm a little bit more free because I can say exactly what I want to say with all the words I want to use to say it. The simple fact that, you know, rap, especially when you have like a beat with it, you have a bar. You have 4 head nods to say what you got to say, this idea. You know what I mean? And then, of course, you got the rest of how much time you want to, you know, give to it. But, yeah, when I got 3 minutes in the beat, you know, beat 2:30 or 1:30, how today be going, you know, it's like, I have a very constricted amount of time to say things I want to say. But like with poetry, oh yeah, I feel a lot. My vocabulary gets bigger, which I enjoy. I like integrating like, you know, my rich people words into my raps too. But like I think the way I express is different. I feel like my tribe members are just talking about this in a group chat too. I think I get a little bit more vulnerable in a poem. It's a little bit more sultry, more like, you know what I'm saying?
You kind of have to.
Yeah, that's
you got to put yourself in the piece.
That's
because if you don't, I'm gonna be able to tell.
Facts. Facts.
Can't fake it in poetry.
You can't.
At all.
I would love to see somebody try, because ain't nobody gonna feel it. You got to go up there with some type of emotion. And speaking of emotion, I mean, Colored, came out in 2022. What type of emotion did you put within Colored?
There's my usual like energy and like happiness and joy inside of Colored. But the reason I called it Colored was because there are so many other parts of like, there's, the human emotion has like a spectrum. And it can be a bunch of different shades of the same color. And so that's what I was really doing, was just like, I'll be sad, bro, and not to make this a thing. I don't want to make this a thing at all. But like there are times where I'm like, yo, I haven't communicated this feeling. Like I'll be talking to somebody, I'll be talking to a friend or somebody like I trust. And I'll be like, yo, I've never said that out loud before, ever. And I'll be like, yo, I need to find a way to put this into voice, and so like an audible like expression, so that I can like, it can be real, so I can hear that back. You know what I mean? And so this was that time. Like I'm like, okay, what is a song that makes me feel this? And we assigned them colors. And so like, what's a song that makes me feel sad? What makes me feel blue? What is we kind of like trying to tap into like a R. My manager called R&3, was like my R&B phase. But I'm like, what is what color is like that real sultry vibe too? I was like, indigo.
What does the color purple taste like?
Wow, that's deep.
Yeah,
and I think he really thinking about what it tastes like.
That's a great question. I know. I thought about what it sounded like, and so I made Indigo was one of the interludes on that project. But like, yeah, being able to just take a bunch of different feelings I hadn't expressed before and put them in that last song had me nervous. I was
Door Between
Us. Yeah, that one, I was like, I published everything, sent everything, and everything got cleared, and I'm holding my cursor over the publish button, and I'm just like, yo, I don't know if people gonna feel about it, because people never heard me like sound like that before I expressed those type of feelings. And so, yeah, it was one of my big breakthrough projects for sure.
So what's your favorite color?
My favorite color in general is royal blue. I think off the project, I would have to, it's between Free Either Way or Indigo, the interlude, Take a Trip. I like Indigo a lot.
What's your least favorite color though?
Maroon.
Yeah.
For sure, yeah.
Damn, but it's unique to hear that, because you say maroon is your least favorite, but it was your most open.
Yeah, I was proud of myself for that, because like, as far as like me talking to me, I'm like, yo, you did it. Great job. High five.
Yeah.
You've been the most open you could be on a track ever.
On your least favorite color.
And yeah, and I was like, now after that was one of the only songs I put the color to after I heard it. So I was listening, I was just like, what color is coming to mind? But yeah, that's one of the ones I was like, you did a great job. You were open. You know what I'm saying? One of your Xbox achievements unlocked. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm like, I don't want to hear it. I haven't heard it since it dropped. It's even writing it was hard because I had to open that part of myself up, and that was a difficult task at first. Like I was in my feelings writing that, and so now I'm like, I opened it to communicate, shut it. Now I'm good. I'm done.
It's been a year and some change. You did drop a single, crazy single, with you and Heavy Crowns.
Oh, my boy.
Love that record, bro.
Boy, can I talk to you about Heavy?
Yeah.
You know what? Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Let me tell you about this man, Heavy Crowns, bro. And no. And this is like true. Because I'm trying to practice doing this more often when it comes to my mind. A lot of times we think good things about people, and then we be like, we seeing what they seeing, or like they'll go crazy or something like that. This man, Heavy Crowns. I met Heavy Crowns in 2018. I think summer or end of 2018. I got asked to bring the open mics back to U Media. And so I started hosting open mics in U Media. And my first day in there, him and Hakeem Doe were the creative artists in the room for the youth. So I'm in there. You know, the people at the desk told me where I was set up at. They told me I'm set with chairs. So I'm like, cool. And now the last time I remember open mic was like 2014, 2015, and it was full in there. I'm talking about like you couldn't find a seat.
I'm talking about packed.
Packed. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, that's what I'm gonna set up for. I'm not thinking about nothing else besides what I want it to be. So I'm setting up like 25, 30 chairs. I'm sitting there letting go. And Liz, it was Liz too. Liz, she came up to me and she goes, one of the people at the desk told me, he's like, you know, it's not gonna be that many people, right? And Heavy helped me set up, and we both listened to him. He like, yeah, it's not gonna be. You might have like 3 or 4 people at most. And I was like, okay. And Heavy was sitting there. He was like, yeah, we know. It's cool. We got it. He helped me set up all 30 chairs for 4 people to come. And then like a year later, we couldn't find a seat. And I was just like, yo, I'm that is somebody to believe you like that
I
early.
I didn't want to snap for that.
On the first day, that's my dog. Like I love Heavy. And so the fact that we just now getting around to that at this time was just like, it was
perfect time.
Yeah.
Shout out to Heavy Crown.
all
Good
that
dude, man.
Yeah. I mean, we in 2024 now.
Thanks.
Is there anything that you're possibly lining up to drop this year on a project side?
So on a project side,
And what can people expect on the project from you?
okay. All right, let's do this officially because I rock with y'all heavy.
I love it.
All right, sip of
water.
Sip
Agua.
some water too.
Sip some agua.
My first album is called Side Sonnet. Side Sonnet is a collection of stories and from different people that I care about and in like song form about my experience growing up on the south side of Chicago. We telling stories, we telling other people's stories. We're making really good music. This is the best music I've ever made ever. And I'm really proud of it. We've been recording this since since quarantine. And so having this project come out soon, and we still working out how we gonna drop it and how we want to like present it to you all. But that's coming out this year. Southside Sonnet.
Sonic like the runner thing?
runner?
Sonnet.
Well, Sonic like
Sonnet, like a poem.
Oh, sonnet.
Yeah,
I thought you were saying
Sonnet. My bad. I'm
I thought you
saying it
said
fast.
Sonic.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Southside
thought you-
Sonnet.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, we that's coming out 2024 for sure.
That's a good title too.
I got something really special that's gonna come out before that too, like even sooner than that, like very very soon. That I wanna drop. I wanna drop a mixtape. That's what I wanna do. I haven't dropped no mixtape.
You said you want to drop a mixtape hosted by Jones? Oh. That's what I
thought
thought
I
I
heard
heard.
that too.
That's what I
That's what I thought I heard.
I want to drop a mixtape hosted by John.
Yeah.
That's what it sound like.
Well, that's what we're doing.
Yeah, no, I'm here for all that.
That's what we're doing. I'm down. Y'all heard it here.
We had a couple songs that didn't make the album, and they oh my gosh, y'all! I just sent y'all. Check y'all phones. I just sent y'all. Yeah.
I peeled it back already. You know, you got to slide. You got to peel it.
Yeah. It's one of them. I'm excited. We got a little mixtape coming out the way. You know what inspired me, Jay? And I hate when people, especially like creators, people are creating stuff and they want to like hide or like fake like they 100% original. They don't like if somebody inspires you, say that, bro, because you don't know what that's gonna do for that person. You know what I mean? And then if you don't say nothing and we see it, we gonna call you out on it. You know what I mean?
Now you biting.
The way this man KO, y'all had KO up here.
Yeah.
What?
Of course.
That man is a writer. Writer. Great mixtape, really good, and for a mixtape to be so like well conceptualized and like cohesive, thorough. That's when I was looking at I've been looking at these like 9 or 10 songs that didn't make the album for like the last 3 months, trying to figure out what to do with them, and I was just like, he dropped that, and I just saw like him like work through it, and I was just like, oh, I know exactly what to do with these. Yeah. So we got good things coming through.
I wish y'all could see what we see on our phone.
You really can peel this, right? Like,
Yeah, you
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm saying.
thought you was capping, bro. I'm like, peel.
that's one,
Why is he over exaggerating it?
Yeah,
No, you really got it's a peel to open. I'm so excited I don't want to peel it and then I can't peel it no more. I just want to leave it like this, and I don't know,
Leave
man.
it gift wrapped up.
Yeah, I want to keep it like it's a collector's item.
And I will say, I believe you when you say it's the best because you came in here.
Wow, it opened up.
and said it was the best. Yeah.
No,
You
I'm
came
saying.
here earlier with the ill style. You was like, this is gonna be the best of the best. That motherfucker was the best. You rocked that thing. So I'm already knowing that you said Southside Sonnets is, I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's going. And we got this gift that Jones just unwrapped. You heard him over there when he peeled it back.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't gonna get it now, but we got it.
I'm finna download the app.
Yeah, we got good people on this album. Some people I've been waiting to work with for a really long time. I'm a huge fan of comedy. I'm a huge comedy fan, and I got some of my like favorite comedians narrating and like dropping pieces from the album. So like I'm excited.
Are you familiar with Dave Bradley?
Vaguely.
You gotta type in with the corner. Yeah, the corner classic. I seen the link.
I've heard of the corner classic.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
my homie Dave. We brought him up here too. So you like comedians? I think he's funny.
He just dropped a
comedy
a live,
special.
yeah, comedy special.
He did a
Word.
comedy
Website.
special
Yeah.
for his birthday.
He want to come up.
Oh,
Yeah.
yep.
He want to come up.
Okay.
Thank you. You
I'll
got
send you the
You
link.
from?
Okay.
You
Okay. Yeah, we
Matter
in
of fact,
there.
I was there
We in there.
That's
for his birthday.
Yeah, we see.
Bet.
Put
Yeah, I went to one of his comedy
you
shows
can-
too, and it's a real
Okay.
good time.
Bet.
Man, you got to let people know how they can follow you, stay in tune with you, as well as, you know, you gave us an exclusive. You gave us that you dropping some things soon. So any upcoming shows, events?
Yeah, we're at Reggie's on February 18th. I usually don't like giving dates out like that because it's a minute away, but it's also like a month away. So we at Reggie's February 18th for Sunday Night Live. It's gonna get real intimate and classy in there. Until then, man, I'll see y'all, man. We around the way.
How can
We around
people
the way.
follow you, Third?
You can follow me everywhere. The Third Raps, all spelled out. The Third Raps on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Yeah, we everywhere. We make jokes. We do think pieces, and we make music.
I know that's right, man.
I love it.